Learn to cloud surf while never leaving Earth. 10 toes firmly planted in the dirt for what it's worth. See my life flash before my eyes a couple times, so I'd be lying if I said I don't believe in the divine. For reasons we can't find, the truth will probably blow our minds. This energy in the universe send chills down your spine. Had a talk with a goddess about human design. Pull my coat to how I need to get my chakras aligned. Gotta break some bad habits, it's addition by subtraction. Move away from bad actors trying to leech off your action. It's the laws of attraction, gotta see it before it happens. Gotta believe it with a passion, then receive this beautiful madness. Find a pattern in the chaos, their assessment was way off. You build it from the ground up, you own it, so ain't no layoffs. Your energy is equity, cashing on your day off. Hope to reach a couple souls, it's all a part of the payoff. Learn to cloud surf while never leaving Earth. 10 toes firmly planted in the dirt for what it's worth. See my life flash before my eyes a couple times, so I'd be lying if I said I don't believe in the divine. For reasons we can't find, the truth will probably blow our minds. This energy in the universe send chills down your spine. Had a talk with a goddess about human design. Pull my coat to how I need to get my chakras aligned. Gotta break some bad habits, it's addition by subtraction. Move away from bad actors trying to leech off your action. It's the laws of attraction, gotta see it before it happens. Gotta believe it with a passion, then receive this beautiful madness. Find a pattern in the chaos, their assessment was way off. You build it from the ground up, you own it, so ain't no layoffs. Your energy is equity, cashing on your day off. Hope to reach a couple souls.
Chakra music.
Trouble's weighing heavy on me. Trouble's on my soul weighing heavy on me. Take a pill for 30 days, the doctor ordered. Gotta keep my blood pressure in check. Don't wanna check out yet. Rolling up smoke, relieve the stress. Vented to my therapist. Wrap my mind around the shit. Most high, please forgive me if I sin a little bit. I must admit, I'm getting doper. Never lost my mojo, slowly cooking this vegan stew. Call it the bitch's brew for those who doubt me. Make you feel the wrath, purple slow and fast. Grab the cash rules, everything around me, but we getting taxed. Middle fingers to Uncle Sam, cause this is whack. Hear my voice over King C's tracks, we stay humble. Never crumble when they call our name to hit the stage. Energy come in phases like the moon does. Control your emotions, wave in the oceans. I'm a work in progress, you can see the boots and the hi-hat. Beat it down constantly. Vented to my therapist, wrap my mind around the shit. Most I please forgive me if I sin a little bit. I must admit, I'm getting doper. Never lost my mojo, slowly cooking this vegan stew.
Chakra music.
I am intentional, I am the sun, I am original, I am the one.
Let's create a universe where the rings of Saturn. I'm the sun, you the moon, and the light reflects. Complementing each other, that makes us jest. Energy shared between us is so phenomenal. Astrological, thinking on the same thought pattern. Let's create a universe where the rings of Saturn. Our love goes deeper than the meanings, feelings, healings. Coasting on the wings of my eye, you're the air that I breathe. Goddess of my dreams, put you on a pedestal, place the one above you. Got you going in circles, showing my love Jones. Putting me in a zone, making this house a home. How long will it take for you to realize? Open up your third eye. Enoch is just God in the physical, queen, I'm just a man. I need you to understand that I'm God in the physical. I'm the sun, you the moon, and the light reflects.
Hey, peace and blessings, Starseeds. Peace and blessings, everyone. How are you tonight? Yes, welcome, welcome, welcome. Peace, peace, sunshine, Monet L. Yes, thank you, Starseeds, for tapping in. This is a wonderful, wonderful, thankful Thursday. Yes, I have to think about it. It is a thankful Thursday, and it is a human design Thursday. That's right. Yes, shout out to Enoch Seventh Prophet and Sunshine Monet L. Yes, yes, yes. So, you guys, tonight is Human Design with the beautiful Starseed Claudia. And we got some stuff to talk about tonight. So, we normally, we don't really get into celebrities, but I think tonight will be a good night to get into some celebrity human design. Yes, if you have your charts, it would be great. You can send them in. You can send them to me on IG. It's pronoia underscore starseed underscore podcast. You can continue to send them in after the show and we will hold them for the next show. But you can send them in right now if you would like to have your chart looked over by the expert, Claudia. She is in the building tonight. So we're going to get into celebrities tonight. We're going to also talk about everything that Claudia likes to talk about because this is her show tonight, actually. I am just the co host tonight. So I shall sit back and listen and learn. I love to learn. I hope you do too. I hope you brought your pen, your paper, and you are ready to learn about yourselves and how you can unlock certain keys to yourselves. I keep saying that to you guys because free information in this day and age is far and few between. It's always some gimmick, somebody always wanting something. There is no gimmick here. We just want to share this with you because we want you to be better star seeds in whatever journey you are on and to give you a couple of keys to unlock some things within yourself. So without further ado, I would like to bring to the stage the beautiful, the wonderful, the awesome, the talented and gifted, beautiful Claudia. Yeah. Welcome,
Mm,
Starseed.
Hi, peace, peace. Hello, welcome. How are you, Pastor? You look amazing.
Thank you.
I have to say that. I'm just like, oh, breathtaking. Hello. What's really good? So, I'm ready. I'm ready. We can hop on in. Who's in the building? I can never get it working so I can see the comments.
Sunshine Monet L for sure is in the building. Anyone else, let us know you're here.
Sunshine!
Yes, Sunshine is in the building. And we can definitely get it
Yay!
popping tonight. Everybody, yes, thank you. Hey, peace and blessings. So we were talking backstage, yes. And I
Oh,
wanna I want to get into it. Yes, let's get into it tonight. So, we do have several different human designs that Claudia can look over and kind of like get you guys to understand how this thing works. Because a lot of times we see celebrities, and sometimes I believe that if we look at their human design, it'll all make sense. Like, oh shit, that's why they do what they do. So, I think it'd be really dope tonight. We were talking backstage about Jada, and she has been all over the place. Claudia, you want to talk to us a little bit about Jada?
okay. So I definitely am a person that I live, I walk my walk, I talk my talk, and I want to say, which is interesting because this conversation of bias has been coming up a lot. So I just want to put out there my bias straight up. I am pro Jada. Okay, pro Jada. Everything that's gonna come out of me is gonna be pro Jada. So just putting that out there. She could
Okay.
be a mess. My thing is, like, I stand behind Black women being themselves and being able to make mistakes, own mistakes. And I feel like Jada elevates that because she can be a mess. I can be a mess. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like I vibe with Jada because I'm just like, yeah, shout out to us being allowed to be messes because a whole bunch of people can be messes, but black women can't. Like we can't just talk about our stuff without being demonized and villainized. So so
So
yeah.
yeah, Sunshine says, I'm sad we got similar numbers and planets. Laugh out loud. I don't act out my stuff. Yeah. But you know what? But even if we don't put it out there, like it's a different platform that she is on sometimes, and things get to the. And I think that at the end of the day, we all want to tell our story. And if it's not a story that everybody wants to hear, it's still our story, and we get to tell it the way that we, get to tell it. And I feel like, yes, I believe that women are always vilified when they do speak up about things that men can easily say, and it'd be nothing. It'd be just a air and nothing. It's nothing. But you as a woman are not allowed to say certain things or just be open about certain things. So I do agree to a certain, like, I don't know everything because y'all, I don't listen to the news and stuff like that. But I did see her, like, I mean, of course I got Instagram, so I see all this stuff. So I'm like, she's riding in the back seat with folks. I see a Tupac and this stuff. Like, I don't know what's really going on, but I just know that, like, she wrote a book and some things came out and people feel some kind of way. My thing is, everybody has a right to tell their story, and it may not suit you or make you feel good about how they speak, but it's their story to tell. And I'm sure Will has his way of seeing things. We all have our own perspectives in life, and that's what we're here to share. Because if we were all supposed to see things one way and she was supposed to be the way we wanted her to be versus the way she really is, would she really be Jada? So shout out to all the people living their lives. Listen, I'm a mess. Sometimes I'm a fucking mess. Nobody knows what a mess is until you live your life and you have a mess. So your life is just not reflected on TV. People ain't talking about your shit. You ain't right about it. But it's still a mess. It's still some shit. And if you get a chance to release that mess and be honest about it, you can also grow from it. So I do agree with you, Claudia, in a way that, because I am pro women as well. I'm a woman first. I always tell people that, even my cousins, like I got male cousins I love to death. But if they start doing dumb shit, I'm a woman first. So don't come to me with that bullshit, because I'm gonna tell you from a woman's perspective. I can only speak from that. And then everything else, you my cousin, but I'm a woman first. So yes.
Yeah, I feel like for sure I wasn't knowing. So I feel like my Instagram is very customized. So I don't always see the current stuff, but I do have people around me that are like, and people were asking me questions like, oh, how do you feel about what's happening with Jada? Like, do you agree with this, that, and the other? Oh no, I'm gonna tell you what it was. Somebody said to me, Jada is the most hated black woman. And I was like, damn. I was like, that's harsh. Why do you say that? And she was like, yo, but have you been seeing how they've been going in on her on the internet? Like, it's like everywhere you look, Jada this, Jada that. And I'm like oblivious. I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. It's
Right.
not on my news feed, right?
Right.
But guess what? Like literally, because the internet's always listening. I go on my Facebook and the first post I see is Jada la la la. I can't stand Jada. And I was like, well, damn.
Damn,
Like,
that's a lot of people to dislike you because of your personal life. Like, that's crazy as shit. Like, I don't want to be famous, y'all. Let me just put it this way: stay small, Starseeds, because I don't want y'all in my motherfucking business and judging me and telling me that you don't like me because I'm telling my story the way I'm telling it. Let me tell you, I know. As a Pisces living in the 12th house, I've been here many times. So judging, even though I have the judgment gateway portal area. Like, I do judge in my head people but I judge in a way that is fair, that we all could possibly be this person. And so me personally, when I look at people, like, you could have done, I've probably done this many, like, how many lives we've lived. How dare I judge you for what's going on in your life? And if I really sat down and looked at my shit, probably a little bit more crazier than yours, and nobody knows because they don't know me. So let me stop because I got a lot going on in my own life. So that's why I don't focus on celebrities. But tonight we're gonna focus. We're gonna look at Jada's human design. We got it here on Paranoia Saucy Podcast, y'all. I think it's really dope. So let's put it up and Claudia, tell us what's going on with Jada.
All right. So Jada, I don't love this body graph. Just gonna put that out there
Oh, okay,
because
thanks.
The Jovian ones just show you like off the top. You don't have to do all the figuring things out. However, off the top, Jada is a projector, a splenic projector. It looks like she split definition. So how I can tell all of this is we know all the little triangles are your centers. So the fact that she has so many centers that are blank, right? The square um, in the middle, like the second row,
Mm-hmm.
is the sacral. So the sacral is empty. So once the sacral is blank like that, that means not a generator. So she's everything but a generator. She does have her solar plexus defined, but it's not tied to her throat. If it had been tied to her throat, that would have made her a manifester. And it means that when she's around other people's energies, though, like she can manifest really strongly because other people will complete those gates.
Mm-hmm.
So, but you see the triangle on the left side. This is the spleen, and the spleen is connected to the throat, and so that's what I'm guessing is a splenic projector. And a splenic projector is someone who has to go by their. You know what? I might be wrong. See,
Let's
that's why.
You
Because
want me to get another chart? I can pop off real quick and you can keep talking and I can bring up another chart to
so you can
show,
look up the other one that has all the things.
yeah, all that stuff on it. Let me see if I can find one like that.
Yeah, now I'm starting to think she's an emotional because the solar plexus is defined, but it's not connected to the throat. So
Okay, let
that
me get the I'll be right back with that chart. Keep going. Take me away, producer. I'll be back.
keep going with Jada. Okay, so either way, Jada's not an energetic being. So that means that it's either giving, I'm pretty sure it's projector. What we're trying to figure out is what is her authority. So in human design, we have emotional authority. Projectors can be like four different types of authority. So they can be emotional, they can be splenic, they can be self-projected, or they can be ego. Um, as their authority. And because Jada has both her spleen and her solar plexus defined, she could be a splenic projector or an emotional projector. The reason why I think splenic is because her spleen is connected to her throat. However, the solar plexus tends to be a very powerful motor, and your solar plexus in human design is your center of emotions. So just a quick like interlude, I guess, for the newbies to human design. Human design is based off of 9 centers. So, like, if you're familiar with the chakras, we have 7 chakras that are known, that are the traditional chakras, and the human design system is based off of us evolving from 7 centers, 7 main centers to 9 main centers, and therefore split the solar plexus and the sacral and born out the G center, which is our center, and the heart. So it kind of split the chakras to create two different ones, and the different energy centers control different things in terms of how we express energy. So the solar plexus in human design is our emotional authority. Half of the world has their solar plexus defined, and when your solar plexus is defined, it makes you an emotional authority. And what that means is that people that have their emotional center defined need to take time to make really strong, to make important decisions, because your solar plexus will have your emotions go in a roller coaster anytime that you have to make an important decision to you. So what that means is the strategy for people with emotional authority is give yourself time so that your emotions can run before you say yes or no. You have to wait until you're stable. Like now when you're super excited or now when you're super sad, like those are not the moments that you have to make any decisions. You should not make any decisions off of any heightened emotion. Your goal is to reach a point of neutrality and then reevaluating. People that have their emotional center defined, their solar plexus defined, are never fully sure of a response of their response at the beginning, at the onset. So you'll be like 75% sure it's a yes, or 75% sure that it's a no, but you won't necessarily be at 100%. Now, sacral beings, splenic beings, we could be at places where we feel like, yeah, it's 100% yes. Or, and like, we'll say that like loud and proud, it's 100, yes, sure, no doubt about it, yes. Whereas when you have a solar plexus authority, an emotional authority, you're not going to feel 100% yes or no, because you have felt a lot of the emotions of the yes and the emotions of the no. So you know you have a bigger picture if you've allowed yourself time to make a decision. So if somebody proposes to you, if you're offered a job, things that will change your life, you want to give yourself at least 48 hours or more to make a decision. That's what it means for emotional authority. So start like that process of giving yourself time, learning how to say, I have to think about it. How, can I have a few days? Can I have 48 hours to think about this and get back to you with a decision? Emotional authorities, you have to normalize that, advocate for yourselves, give yourself enough time so that your roller coaster runs. That's what it's, your emotional roller coaster will run. And the more that you allow yourself to be in tune with your emotion and be in tune with that roller coaster, let it run. Don't form any strong attachments to the roller coaster, but allow the roller coaster to run. Allow yourself to feel the feelings and get to that point of feeling a calm. So that's the emotional authority. And it looks like Jada might be an emotional authority. Talk to me. Talk to me. Talk to me.
So, yes, I couldn't get hers up because that's the only one they have out right now, like on the internet. I have to do some research and get her specific information. But
Okay.
she is a projector, as you said, and Will Smith is a generator. Which,
Which makes sense.
yes,
It makes so
absolutely.
much sense that Will, because I mean, the work that Will has put in his lifetime shows a generator who's saying yes to the work that lights him up, which is what
Hmm.
generators are here to do, right? And Jada is coming off a little bit bitter to people. I think people are seeing that. Jada's a projector. I wonder, I didn't even get to like really examine to see what her profile number would be, but I feel like there's a 5 line there somewhere, because projectors tend to be projected on. They
Hmm.
tend to strike people, and it's interesting because why people are mad at Jada is because of all these interviews that she's going on, and on top of that, I feel like it's because the interviews are being spliced up and put, so people are mad, but I feel like be mad at the content creators, right? Because they're the ones putting this on your feed. The problem is that people are hearing things that they don't want to hear, and they're not going to look for the information, but this is getting them upset because it's on their feed. All of a sudden, Jada's on my feed, and it's like she's talking about some stuff that
Uninvited.
I don't want to hear.
It's uninvited
Exactly.
information. You fucking projector. You can't just be throwing this shit on me. I don't want to hear it. But it's like, yeah, man, I feel for her. Knowing she's a projector. Fuck all y'all better leave her alone. Shit, it's hard knock life for us. Okay. It is a hard knock life for the projector. So, yep,
Yeah. Yeah. So
absolutely.
I think that because a lot of people are not looking for, have not been looking for it directly, but it's being thrown in their face. It's harsh. Projectors, that energy can be really strong. And it's
Mm.
like, it's not for everyone. You're not for everyone. You have exclusive energy. You have
And that's why some
energy
people
that,
roll with her, and then some people like no, and they hate her profusely because it's like, bitch, we didn't ask you to ruin, because they feel like she ruined Will Smith. Like, how you can ruin a person? You can't. Listen, everybody signed the contract. Everybody knew who everybody was. Y'all stay out of folks' business. This is why back in the day I say, yo, I don't like how this is going from. I didn't know nothing about celebrities. I just knew the music, right? I don't want to know your personal life. You know why? Because people are so judgy, and I don't want people out. Nobody out there wants anybody in their personal life. In real life, they don't. So why would we delight in someone else's misery? I have no idea, but it
mm,
is a part, I think, of our human nature when things get exposed, or when you step onto a platform to be seen as a star, that they feel like they have natural access to you, and they don't necessarily see everything, and nobody ever sees everything. So, yeah, projectors are definitely misunderstood. You know, y'all, I'm a projector. This life is not easy for anybody. Like, listen, invitations really have to be given. People don't want to hear what you got to say, even if it's the truth, unless they've been invited. That's why I think human design is important, because if we know our place and how to roll, then it'll be a little easier. But it's not going to make life, listen, nothing's going to make life super easy, because life is not supposed to be super easy. But if you know how to move through certain situations, it makes it a little bit better. Like if you in a room and you feeling eager just to share everything, if you're a projector, just pump your brakes a little bit. Let people acknowledge you, and then give the information, or it's not going to be good. I know. I've lived the life of a projector.
Foxy is feeling that. Listen, like, as I'm sitting here, it's so interesting because all the hate that Jada got just got me more interested in Jada. I want to read her book. I'm like, I'm
See,
gonna buy that
that's
book.
another thing.
I'm gonna read it. And what actually interests me is, you know what, how powerful human design can be when you are building your brand, when you are building your business, when you're building your image
And
and your persona. And the reality is that maybe Jada's people don't know, maybe she don't know her human design also. And this strategy, it wasn't built on getting her liked and loved by, the masses. It wasn't, because if it was, if her strategy was taken into account, if her authority was taken into account, then I think their publicity would have been different. And I say that because I imagine, that's right, it's coming. The book is coming to me. I just know it's coming.
look, we
And
have to
and
come
let's
back and have a
we're gonna
discussion.
have a book club, Jada book club out here.
Okay.
But essentially, you know that these stars, these celebrities, they have publicists, they have PR agents, right? And these people go out and book press tours for them,
Say
and
she
go
needs
out and like
Claudia. You
they
need to
go
be on a
out.
tour with her.
No, but listen, no, because this is the thing. This is the thing for all y'all stars in the building, because there's a lot of y'all here, right? If you follow your design and you're a projector and you know that you have to wait for the invitation, then you're not having your PR team throw you to the wolves like that. You're not. You're
Absolutely.
gonna wait for the invitation, right?
Hmm.
So the way that you market yourself according to your design is a little different. You say your platform. I think she was doing great with Red Table Talk. I think all of us love Red Table Talk. She had her platform, right? Is she still doing Red Table Talk? I don't even know. But
I don't know.
that was her
That
platform,
was
and
her
people
thing, yeah.
came to it. So people that love her came to it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Foxy had her
A part.
platform.
Yep, absolutely. I know my
So
place. I ain't about to.
if you want to know about Foxy, you're gonna come to Foxy's. You're gonna come to Foxy's
Yeah,
stage,
absolutely. And then I wait
the
for the
stage is here.
invitation. I got to invite.
Because
I
it's
gotta wait for the
here.
invite. I'm not popping up at your spot, Joe, because I don't want. It's a real different type of energy. I felt it when I was growing up, and I'm just say shout out to all the, like even growing up as a kid, like it was always had to wait for it, but you don't know that as a child. So you might be a group of people, they having a conversation. You just say something, they just looking at you like, and you don't even understand. Like honestly, that used to happen, and I never even understood it. But it's because even if you know something, people don't always want to know what you know. They're not ready for it all the time. So you gotta just make sure that the energy is right. And in that there is invites. There are sometimes invites that are not vocal. People don't have to say it, but it's an energy invite. Like, oh, hey, come on over. Oh, okay. Now I'm invited to the conversation. But yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
Shout out to
yeah.
Jada. Shout out to Will. Shout out to the whole family. Again, this is being exposed to the public is not easy, regardless to what the situation is. Hey, K Shaw, how you doing? Yes, yes. Cuban Chica and Sunshine Monet L. Shout out to everybody in the building tonight. What's your human design? Tell us what your profile is, what your profile number is, what your aura type is, and we will talk about it a little bit. Did you want to move on to another celebrity that we did have? Okay, who did you want that I showed you?
Oh, Maya.
Yeah,
Maya, because that's my, oh, you
look
know, I
at
got to
that.
meet Maya Angelou many, many, many years ago. Ah, so Maya Angelou is a manifestor, y'all. 6'2". This is why I wanted Foxy to bring her up because my 6'2" people in the building. So a 6'2" profile in human design is a transpersonal profile, which means that someone that has a 5 or a 6 in the front of your profile number, those two numbers on the top of your human design chart, you have those two numbers, 5 or 6. It means you have a transpersonal personality, and you are here to impact people around you, and people around you influence you. So people that have 1, 2, and 3 in the front line of their profiles are here on personal destinies. These are the people that make and create their lives in the way that they are here to do that. And the 4, if your profile number starts with 4, the 4-1 is the only profile that has a fixed destiny. So the fixed destiny means you have a purpose. You're here with a specific purpose. There are people here that you're meant to interact with. There are people here that you're not. Like it's a very fixed fate. It's like the people that are supposed to believe in fate or have fate are that 4-1 profile. So the 6-2 is the role model hermit. Maya Angelou exemplifies the role model in the way that she lived her life, right? The fact that she's a single definition manifester, I feel like I read for a lot of manifestors, and there's not a lot that I have encountered that are single definition. And the single definition manifester with a splenic authority means that she was very intuitive. Like she just acted on her intuitive pulses. And listen, Maya has a really strong human design. Like you can see where she has this red triangle. Y'all see the little red triangle? That red triangle is the heart, which is the ego, is the center of willpower. Anybody that has their heart defined is a person that sets goals and finishes their goals. Is that it's 1 in 5, I think, or 1 in 4 people that have their heart defined. And there's always people with their heart defined is the reason why group work, teamwork makes the dream work. You know what I'm saying? Because people with their heart defined help have that energy to complete what they start. It's a complete what they start energy. It is almost like a power center. So a manifestor with their heart defined, it just makes them stronger at being able to do the things that they initiate. So manifestors are initiators in human design. They're the ones that speak into existence what they're wanting. And with the 2145, only because I've been doing a lot of work around this gate, Maya has the 2145 gate, which is the money gate, which speaks to how she was able to acquire through her art, through her beauty, through her passion, all that she was able to. Overall, she just has a really powerful presence. Her G center, which is that yellow square in the middle, that's the G center in human design. And the G center is your sense of self. So when you have that defined, it's you have a really strong, you know who you are. You come here with a knowledge and an awareness of who you are. And then having that all tied together with her throat, it just gives a person that spoke her truth, that spoke from her experience, that was highly intuitive, that came here to make a difference. And you see that in her life, right? Like I think
Yep.
that's evident.
So I love Maya Angelou. I always have. And I see that her head and her ajna are undefined, right? But she speaks and she manifests, like she makes things happen. And always saw that you were right about that money. And you guys, if you don't know, like again, get connected to your gates. Like start looking at these things up for yourself. But I'm gonna give you a non-human design expert little like synopsis. You ever seen when Key and Peele come, like Obama be talking and then Peele come out and be like, yo, so this is what's going on. I'm gonna do that real quick because K Sean, hey, peace, King Adonis, everybody in the building. So K Sean said, you know, I'm a little lost, right? So let me show you something. Can you pop Maya Angelou back up for me real quick? All right. So Maya Angelou, right? She is a poet. We know this. And if you think, look right here, it says at the top that she's a manifester. So manifestors speak things into existence. They make shit happen, right? So she doesn't, you see that little circle? Normally it's like a square, but it's a circle on this joint, right? The circle, because that circle joint ain't got no red color in it. She is not a generator. However, you know that little square, that joint is willpower. Like you can just be like, yo, I'm making decisions based on my heart. Like people with it undefined. So that also makes it a little easier to understand. If you don't have it defined, you are like kind of wishy-washy because you want to always please. We the people pleasers because we just want to make sure that what we doing is kind of, are we doing this right? We don't really understand. Like these people right here, they feel it in their heart. They understand it. And what I saw today in understanding human design is that those engines that you see lit up right there, Kayshawn, those are where your power, your energy comes from, and it's already there. Those that are open and are not colored in, somebody didn't take the crayon, them joints right there, they open to being influenced by outside energies, and it's not where your energy comes from. So people who don't have that right there, you know, you could kind of fill in the blanks for them sometimes if you're around them. And that's the beautiful thing. And it can also be, you know, to me, it can go either way. But like I said, it's beautiful. Human design is beautiful. I hope you get, yeah, you started to get it. Okay. It is dope because Claudia, again, introduced me to human design a long time ago. She just mentioned it one time when she was on the show. And then I was like, boom, my brain just was like, ooh, this is dope. This is dope because I understand that we are not the same. I can tell by the way people have different energy. And every day that I live my life, human design comes into play because not everybody can do what other people can do. And they say we got the same 24 hours in a day. That's not true. We all are here to do different things. You know, if having the same 24 hours in a day is not true because we all don't have the same life, right? If you got a Lamborghini and you can go 300 miles an hour, and I got a broke down Toyota, and so I got to catch the train, and it takes me 2 hours to get to work, and it takes you 20 minutes to get to work. We don't have the same 24 hours in a day, right? So let's be realistic. We're all different, and that's the beauty of human design is that once we figure out our differences, we come together with other people who can fill in those blanks. Because Claudia, tell us what your human design is.
So I'm a manifesting generator and I have a 6-2 profile. I am a sacral manifesting generator, so that means that I have my solar plexus is blank. It's a white space in my body graph. And like Foxy broke it down so beautifully, where you have blank spaces in your body graph, that's your openness. That means you don't have consistent energy in those spaces, in those centers. And those centers are actually the centers where you will struggle the most and where you will learn the most, where you will gain the most wisdom in this lifetime, because those centers that are open, that are clear, that we say undefined. In human design, it's undefined or defined, right? So what you have undefined in your body graph, you are pulling energy in from the external out. So you're pulling in from your surroundings, from your environment, your culture, your upbringing. That's not you. That's why it's like it's your not self. You're pulling in that energy. So, for example, I have an undefined solar plexus. So most of the time, when I am surrounded by other people, I can pick up on other people's emotions and I feel them and I amplify them a little bit more. So if I'm around somebody that's mad, I'll be like in a rage. And it won't be mine. Like I get affected. This is where my empath abilities come from. So everyone is kind of a slightly different type of empath depending on what's undefined in your chart. So for a projector, they don't have a sacral defined, they're pulling in energy from the outside in.
Mhm.
So projectors feel more energized when they're around generators, because generators, you're a generator because you have that sacral defined.
Mhm.
Reflectors, same thing. So reflectors are the rarest human design, right? So reflectors that have all their centers, yes, we have a reflector in the building, y'all. We
Who's
have
a
a
reflector?
reflector in the building.
Who is a reflector? I need to know who is the 1%er in the building.
Like, what? When all your centers are open, you're a reflector. Reflectors are the rarest type.
Yes.
So in order of rarity, we have reflectors, then manifestors, then projectors. Generators make up 70% of the world's population. So generators, this is a generator's world, okay? Manifesting generators and generators are both generators. They're just two different types of generators, and
Mhm.
they're split 50-50. So it's like 35% are pure generators and 35% are pure manifesting generators. But still, added together, 70% of the world are generators.
Mhm.
So, so we don't talk super much about reflectors because we haven't had a lot of reflector presence,
Snap.
because we have
I'm kind of
reflectors
like,
in the
we need.
building.
Can we put some of that little fairy death music on for the reflector? Because we ain't never had one of y'all in here. You welcome to the building. Get some chingaling for her.
So for so a reflector is supposed to be the type that shows, picks up on the energy that they are around and reflects it back.
Right.
A reflector takes an energy, kind of amplifies it, and gives it back. They're like a mirror, and they're here to show what's working and what's not working with their society around them. They're the reviewer. They're the ones that sign off, because based off of their actions and interactions, people start questioning, is this was this all right? So like if we think about it like a business, the manifestor, let's say, is the one that's saying, this is what I want to see, right? The manifestor is gonna just say the idea. The projector is gonna be the one to build out the plan. Like, oh, okay, that's what you want. This is how we're gonna go get it. That's the projector. The projector's like, this is how we're gonna go get it.
Mhm.
And the projector is gonna be like, this is the best generator for the job. That's the best generator for this job. And so the generators are gonna come in and they're gonna be like, is this for me? Yes, no. The ones that are no are supposed to bounce. The ones that are yes are gonna build the shit. Whatever it is, they're gonna build it. They're gonna make it work. They're gonna move. And then the reflector is gonna come in and be like, the fuck is this? The reflector is the one that's gonna be like, no, thank you, or yeah, this works. Reflectors are born once a month. So the way that human design works and the intricacy of it, it's like every calendar day, the sun and earth are at a particular gate, and certain gates are in certain centers. Human design combines astrology, I Ching, Kabbalah, numerology, and astrology all in one. So it's like five systems in one, and the chakra system. So it's like a lot of systems all in one. And so it takes into account certain gates are in certain astrological points. So let's say if you have gate 51, that's the Aries gate, right? Like there certain gates are attached to a tropical sign. And so every day somebody's born a generator. So generators are mostly born, right? Because we're the majority. And then like maybe 5 times a month there's a projector. And maybe 2 times a month there's a manifestor day.
Mhm.
And then there's one day a month that we get a reflector day. And the reflector day is when there are no centers that are active.
Mm.
And
It's like a day to
you get,
reflect. We don't have any. So take your time. Don't activate. Don't let no energy flow. We're just gonna sit back and relax and wait for the moon.
so because there's only one day for the reflector's strategy is literally based off of the moon. And a reflector is meant to, reflectors tend to be indecisive. They, because, and I will tell you, because I do know some reflectors, right? Like, it's almost like you cannot make a decision. It's like you will constantly be swaying back and forth. And the reason being is you are around a lot of different energies in any given point in given time. And so you're taking in the energy that is around you. So as a reflector, you're supposed to give yourself a whole moon cycle before making life-changing decisions. Like you really supposed to be like, hey, I need to take my time. And so when it comes to things that are going to be life-changing, you're supposed to wait a whole moon cycle. The best thing for a reflector, your energy will wane depending on the calendar.
Mm-hmm.
The best thing for a reflector to do, and Cuban Chica, I'm gonna put you onto this. The best thing for a reflector to do is pay attention to the transits of the day. So, for example, today the sun is at gate 32, line 6, right? So, today, I don't remember. I'm like, I could look it up real quick, but I'm pretty sure today is like a generator day.
Yep. And Cuban Chica, you got the app. Let us know what day we on. You got the app over there.
I can look it up real quick. I really
Okay.
have it. I have it
So
close.
while you looking it up,
So,
yep.
go
She
ahead.
said she said she was born 1/24/29/84 was a special day in the Bronx. So she wanted to know what chart system. So I'm just gonna tell you, Claudia likes, what is it, Giovanna? What is it called?
Jovian Archive.
Jovian Archives. You can just put in human design chart. It's normally like the first or second one that pops up, and it'll give you a free chart, and you can pull up your chart. Um, okay. Yep, that's it. Oh, yep. See, people are putting it in there for them. All right, there we go. Okay, reflectors. I think it's really dope that we got for reflector. How many reflectors do you know, Claudia? Because it's not.
I read for one. Um, Six.
Damn.
Do you know that when I obviously when I first started looking into human design, I was like, I really want to meet a project. I really want to meet a reflector. I was like, I really need to meet a reflector. Like, what's really good? And then slowly, I feel like I set that intention, and I have come across quite a few reflectors at this point. So I feel like, yay! But yeah, they're rare, but they are out here. They're
Yes.
actually they're actually groups. If you're on Facebook, for like every human design, there's different groups. So there's like
True.
the creator groups, there are the manifestor groups, and there are reflector groups where there are like people from all over the world that get
Oh
together.
man, I'm gonna just join so I can just sit back and listen to the conversation. Cause that's
And do, and do, because I do. I be up in there like,
because I
so
am
what we talking
definitely in
about?
the
What we talking
in
about?
the
Manifestors.
yeah.
All right, I can't see it because it's not showing me the chart for the day. So the chart for the day essentially will tell you if it's a generator day, if it's a manifesting generator day, if it's a projector day, if it's a reflector day. Um, and what's powerful about knowing this for reflectors is that you are most in tune with this energy. So on days where they're generated days are the days where you should schedule work for yourself, where you can, well, you will have energy to do it, kind of
Mm-hmm.
like a generator. Like you tap into that energy, you're synced in. So there are days where you feel really energized, and then there's days where you're really tired. The days where you're really tired might be a projector day, because the projector day or a manifestor day. Like so, because projectors, manifestors, and reflectors are not energy beings, you're not here to work the same way that generators do.
Will
So
somebody tell the generators that? Okay, because I'm
I'm
tired.
telling y'all, I'm telling the generators, because generators can work 9 to 5, can do 2 days off, can sleep 8 hour day. Like the way that life cycle is kind of built is based off of generators, but the non-energy types are not necessarily meant to work like that. Projectors and manifestors and reflectors, y'all will burn out trying to keep up with generators, and it will happen. Like you will try to do it, but you will burn out. You will reach a point in your life where you don't know what the hell is happening. But why don't you have the energy to do what you used to have the energy to do? And that's because your well done ran dry, and it's time for you to take a seat. It's time for you to recharge and really figure out what your energy is here for. Look at your incarnation cross, tap into your purpose, start really understanding what you're here to do, because it's not work, baby. It's not work. It's not.
It is not work. Y'all heard? It's not work. Yep, I believe it because yeah, I just believe it. Human design is dope. As a manifester, that's difficult. It's not enough days. Man, I feel you. Yes, Cupid Chick said, yes. I've learned that I need to take my time and make certain decisions because I lose interest in shit quick. You are open. You ain't got no energy just flowing through different centers. I was thinking that, but nah, fuck that. I'm going this way. I'm over here. I'm over there. You open shit going in and out all day long. So I can understand that. Man, I understand that because in my head I be having all these thoughts and they come in and out. And I have a channel to create. Like I have a creator. Like, I come up with ideas all the time. And they said my all ideas are not mine. I'm supposed to give some of these ideas away because I think about shit all the time. I be telling people there's so many ways to make money, but I don't have the energy to do all the shit I be telling people. Look, I'm just here to tell you. I'm not here to do all of that shit. Okay. People don't understand that. They be like, well, why don't you do it, Roxy? Because that's not what I'm here for. I'm here to give you some information so I can go lay down. Leave me alone. Because that's what I really want to do why people don't understand that shit. Projectors want to just chill. We are cats. We just want to relax and just tell people what they need to know and leave us alone. Yes. Shit. You're a unicorn. Me too. Shit.
Beautiful, beautifully said. I feel like there are nuances to everybody's graph. There are generators that work a lot like projectors because they have a lot of projector channels. There are manifestors that have access to a lot of energy because they might have their heart definition, their heart defined. Um, the people around you help shape you. So you know that phrase, tell me who your friends are, I tell you who you are.
Yes.
Energy works that way, right? You, whatever you touch touches you. There is an undeniable exchange of energy that happens when you are around other people. This is why we are a web, we are a network, we are connected. And so it's important to be mindful of who's in your network, who's in your surroundings. Is that who
Mhm.
you want to be most like? And I know that's hard for us to hear sometimes because we love people. We love people that
All right.
might not be shit. I'm sorry. I'm gonna say like they might not be shit, but we love them.
Indeed. Indeed.
We love them. But also just protect your energy and balance yourself with who you're around and how you're
Mhm.
around, and so that you're not necessarily ingesting so much that you can't necessarily manage. The beauty of human design is becoming aware of how your energy works so that you can better
Mhm.
protect it, so that you can better nurture it. So like reflector, like I said, if you're keeping track of the calendar, you're more mindful that some days you can do heavy lifting and some days you shouldn't. Some days you should just be like, nah, I'm good. Like this is my day off. Like off of certain types of work.
Right.
Now, human design is a beautiful system. It's not necessarily a perfect system and it's not a perfect world where a projector can only work 4 hours a week, right?
Nope.
So there are ways that we have to circumvent the system in order to succeed in this matrix that we live in, right? So for a projector, how you're able to navigate the work is by being in love with what you do and flipping it, doing what you love, doing
Absolutely.
what feels good, that it feels like
Mhm.
you're having fun, like you're having a good time. And the work that feels strenuous, that's the work that you only have 4 hours in a
That's
week
it.
to
I only
do.
got 4 hours for that shit. I ain't got time for that right there. Oh, I'm exhausted already. Like 1 hour a day for 4 days a week is cool for me. I can't give you none no more. Like I feel that because if it's not love, if I don't love it, I can't generate the energy to do it. Like, like whatever it is, like I don't have all of the rings. I am not Thor. Like I cannot make it happen if I don't love it, especially if I don't love it. It has to be something I'm passionate about. So I definitely feel that. Yes, man, you're right. And no system is perfect, but none of us are perfect. Like these systems are about learning. If you are in balance, this is how things will work. If you're out of balance, this is how things will work. And if you're in between, this is how things are going to work. So you got to figure out how to get into balance. It's not going to teach you, it's going to teach you the best ways. It's like an outline to me. I fill in the blanks, I write the thing, but it's giving me an outline like, look, you're not here to do all of this. Okay. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm telling you what you're here not to do. Okay. Don't do all of that. And then these are your gifts. Okay. Use them as you wish. So it's not telling you what to do. It's just telling you, it's giving you keys again to understanding. Like, why am I so frustrated? Well, because you're not living, because these things are happening and you're not living within your design. And I feel like, Claudia, if you have never watched any of the human design episodes here, you need to go back and watch those because Claudia has given us so much information. If you don't know anything about human design, we got intro to human design classes up here. We got everything. And Claudia is always available if you want to reach out to her. But she's going to tell you she got things going on. So this lady be doing things. So at the end of the show, I'm gonna have her give you information. Again, this information we do here is a snippet for free, but she does this for a living. She does this, and believe me, she gets into it. I don't know if she's doing human design charts yet, but she'll tell us at the end of the show, because she moves it. And I love how Claudia and Sunshine move in energy waves based on like frequencies. Like at this time, I'm only doing readings because that's the energy I'm in. Not trying to do everything at one time, but being able to if you need to. So, yes, practice makes improvements, but it doesn't make you perfect. Absolutely. You still have to have skills of the craft. Absolutely.
Yes. Yes. Beautiful. So do we have generators in the building? Where are my generators at?
Yeah,
I'm
any
trying to figure
generators?
that.
And what's your profile numbers? I want to know some of these numbers out here. I know we got 6'2". We got 6'2". Me, Claudia, you 6'2", and I'm a 6'2", right? So we are a projector and a generator 6'2". Your manifesting generator 6'2". Let's
Yeah.
see. King Adonis, are you a projector? I think you do, because he said, we love some sleep. I be feeling that. Sleep is good, man. Sleep is good. Sleep is wonderful because it gives you dreams, brain clarity. Sometimes just being able to just sleep. Yeah, I got some sleep today. I slept for like a whole bunch of hours. I told my daughter, I said, "Baby, you're not tired?" She said, "No, mommy." I gave her a little game to play, and I woke up and she was still playing that game. She was sitting there like, "I'm good. You good? Okay. You sleep good, mommy?" I was like, "Heck yeah, thank you," because it's necessary. Like y'all be playing with that sleep. King Adonis,
Yeah.
you're 6'2". Are you a projector as well?
6'2".
That's very
Maya
strong.
Angelou was a 6'2". Listen, so 6'2", obviously in my heart, 6'2" profile. The big thing that's always talked about is the three stages of life, right? And I feel like if we look at Maya Angelou, we could see that, right? Like when did Maya Angelou really start shining?
Oh
It was
yeah.
right. Like think
Yeah, it
about
was.
it.
Oh my God, it was like during the roof or getting off the roof, like towards that. Yep, you're right. You're right. That's really dope.
So there's three stages of the 6'2". The first 30 years, it kind of goes by your Saturn return. Because, like, remember, human design also has astrology mixed in. So, your first 30 years of life, a 6'2" operates like a 1-3 profile. So, my 1-3 profiles, they are the investigator martyr. So, the investigator martyr means they do a lot of research, and then they learn by error. They learn by trial and error. So, they just kind of they're very investigative. They ask a lot of questions and then they put themselves out there and they have to fail. So in the first 30 years of life is that energy of like researching, trial and error, researching, trial and error. So then the second stage of life after your Saturn return is when the 6'2" profile goes on the roof and the sixth line goes on the roof. If you have a sixth line, you have these themes too. If you have it in the front, then this is your conscious personality. If you have it in the second number, it's your unconscious personality. So this is running
Hmm.
in the background. So the 6'2" or the sixth line between the ages of 30 and 50, you're on the roof. So being on the roof means you're evaluating, you're learning, you're just observing. You're just kind of up there, just taking notes, reflecting on the past 30 years, what went wrong, what went right, what, you know, you're paying attention. I'll come back to you 2-4 because I'll talk about that two line. So 6'2", after 50, you have sat on the roof, you've chilled on the roof. I'm on the roof right now, y'all. Like this is the roof time.
Me too. I'm on the
The
roof.
roof,
I'm
the
on
roof
the roof.
time is just kind of observing and doing some self discovery work, figuring out yourself. Like what really were the last 30 years? What have I learned? And then when you're ready to get off the roof is when you're about 50. And what that means is you've learned a lot, you've amassed a lot of knowledge and wisdom, and now you're ready to really walk and exemplify it and show this is who I am, this is what I've learned, this is what I'm here to do. And you're just walking in your truth and you embody the role model. So you're naturally a person that people look to. People kind of look to you, and you don't necessarily know why. I mean, you know why if you're doing this work, right? Your human design, you're doing your discovery work. You know that you are a person that's about integrity, that's about getting to know yourself, that is about walking your walk and talking your talk.
Mm-hmm.
So people look to you as an example. People are looking to you as a role model. It's a blessing and a curse, right? Because you don't want to be looked at. You know what I'm saying? You know how Foxy was talking about she don't want people knowing her business and stuff like that. But at the same time, she's out here being a public figure. You know what I mean? Like you a public figure, people gonna be in your business.
About it.
Period. They're gonna be in it. And so you're learning how to gather that up to then exemplify to show it, past that getting off the roof stage.
Mm-hmm.
The two line is always working in the background, and the two line is your introvertedness, your hermit energy, your very reflective, very observant energy. That's the two line. The two line, when you have both the two and the four, you have both the introvert and the extrovert energy. So the two line is the introvert. The two line is also kind of a projector energy. It's a projected energy. So you kind of just hang back. People that have a 6-2 profile have a two, you have to get called out. It's also because it's a projected energy, it's also waiting for the invitation. And you get called out because you're a role model. So people are gonna tap you and be like, come here, come here, show us how you did this, and then you're gonna respond or you're gonna answer the invitation. Depending on your strategy, you're gonna lean on whatever you got. But that's the 6-2. The hermit line likes to stay to itself. The hermit line is private, don't like to be bothered. That person that's just chilling, getting by. When you have both the two and the four is the opportunist. So the opportunist
Mm-hmm.
is the networker. The opportunist is the person that knows somebody that knows somebody. And the four line doesn't really like strangers. So if you know that you know somebody that's a four line that you want to get in touch with, find somebody, go to Facebook, see if you got any mutual friends and get your mutual friends to introduce you because the
Oh
four line don't
wow.
want nothing to do with you. The four line doesn't fuck with strangers like that. It just doesn't. It's like, who are you? Like it'll take it's best to get introduced to a four line. And if a four line knows you, the four line has placement for you. The four line categorizes you. That's why they're the opportunists. Because it's like, oh, this is what they're gonna be like, this is what Foxy's good for. Foxy's good for promotion on her
Right.
podcast. Foxy gonna let me play my video on her podcast. You know what I'm saying? That's a four line gonna immediately put Foxy in a little box.
Mm-hmm.
And then when the four line's other friend is looking for somebody, they're gonna be like, oh, I know somebody. You could probably talk to this person. So the four line is gonna connect other people. It's a beautiful, beautiful energy. I want to say that I always say that four lines sometimes trigger me a little bit. I'm around a lot of four lines. I know a lot of four lines, and sometimes I just be feeling like you really do just be having a place for me. Like you really do just be using me for this one thing. And like I'm a Manny Jen, so I'm multi passionate and I like to do a lot of things. And so it's like, but look at all the other things that I do, and you only gonna call me for this one thing. But sometimes the opportunities be like that. They got you pegged. They got you for something specific. So yeah, when you have both, you have a good balance of introvert and extrovert. You have both. You have both a need to spend time alone, and you have to spend time in community. I'd say the biggest thing to, because I know a lot of two fours, right? And the biggest thing is don't get carried away with the people pleasing and make sure that you are spending time alone and that you do respond to that part of you that needs alone time, that needs to be in your own energy. Because oftentimes we do need to be separate and just kind of feel ourselves out and just get into alignment with ourselves. And especially if you're a reflector, you need alone time because you're always absorbing other people's energy. Now, your aura does protect. It's similar to a manifestor's aura, which repels certain energy. So you will like reflect certain things. So like what's kind of meant for you. However, because you have a completely open aura, you do need time to kind of cleanse yourself from other energies. So be mindful of that.
Yeah.
So what other profiles do we have? I think I kind of went through most of them except for like probably the 6 3, the 2 6,
Let's see.
the
Who do we
4 6.
have? Did you want to see any of the other celebrities that we had there?
Yeah.
Okay, let me go back and
Wait.
look at some of the comments real quick.
Kayshawn.
Mm-hmm.
Kayshawn says a manifesting generator, but I'm not sure 64, 61, 63. Like what numbers those are. Those might be gates that you have. 64, 61, 63. Those are all head gates.
Mm-hmm.
Which there should be a profile. There should be a section that says profile. So check what profile. If you're just now looking at your human design for the very first time, I always like to say you can go to the, yeah, that was at the top in the I see the comments. The top of the
Yeah.
triangle, that means you have those gates. You might have those gates. If they're like colored in. However, your profile should be at the top. It should say profile. If you're just looking at your human design for the first time, the things to notice is the type, right? So whether you're a manifesting generator, projector, manifestor, reflector, and your authority, and then your strategy and authority. Those are the biggest pieces that you want to look at when it comes to human design first and foremost. As a generator, absolutely. Manifestors and generators have have it the easiest to apply to implement their human design if you want to make changes in your life, if you want to test it out, you're able to do that the fastest. Reflectors and projectors have it a little rougher because they're not energetic beings and their strategy is to wait. So wait. Whereas generators, your strategy is to respond. Manifesting generators, your strategy is to respond, and manifestors, your strategy is to inform. So these are things that you can do today, in the moment, right now. Like generator, look at what your strategy and authority is. If it's a solar plexus, then that means you're an emotional authority and you have to let your emotions run. If you're a sacral authority, it means that your gut says yes or no, and it's yes or no, and you just listen to that. If you are a manifestor, you just have to tell the people that might be affected by what you're trying to do, what you're trying to do, because they're gonna figure it out for you. They're gonna help you figure it out. But you gotta tell them. you gotta you gotta inform.
So what's the splenic authority?
The splenic authority means your intuition, your intuitive knowing. The spleen gives, it's like the splenic and the sacral are the only two authorities that you make instant decisions.
Mm-hmm.
The spleen speaks very softly and low, and you can miss it. If you're a splenic authority, it's like you're asked a question, do you want to do this? And your intuition will speak immediately. It'll be the first thing it'll say, and it'll be so soft that it'll say yes, but immediately your mind is turning that yes into a no. And so oftentimes we don't listen to our intuition because our mind overpowers it. Our mind
Yeah.
immediately is like, nah, fuck that. We're not doing that, la la. So your spleen is a soft, you have to, when you are deconditioning, which is the process of really getting into alignment with your highest self, with your essence, when you're deconditioning, you start learning how to follow your intuition. And it's your intuition that's going to lead you. It's going to tell you immediately. It's going to give
Mm-hmm.
you a response. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Ego is always trying to get in the way. So, like, your mind is gonna be like, no. Whereas that hit told you yes. And oftentimes we don't listen to that hit and then we regret it. So the goal of a splenic individual is to really get used to those spontaneous decisions and also knowing that sometimes you cannot commit to something long term from now. Also for sacles, like committing to a trip from 6 months from now is is probably not in your best interest because you might change your response come 5 months down the line. So it's a more spontaneous energy that you want to give sometimes a real true maybe. A real true like, hey, ask me when it's closer to that time because I don't know
Mm.
where I'll be then. Like right now it's a I might be interested in that, but ask me later.
Y'all deep in the building tonight. Y'all got questions. Y'all interactive. I love it tonight. Yes. So I want to go over one more celebrity before we close out tonight because we've been going like hour and 15 minutes, and my little ones is I think they done fell asleep somewhere because I keep trying to call them on the low and ain't nobody moving. So listen, Kayshawn said authority was solar plexus and strategy is responding. Type is manifesting. Generate. All right. Multi hyphenated. That's what it says. Or hype. I don't know if I was right about that, but okay.
Do you want me to speak on that a little bit?
Yeah, a little bit. Then we're gonna pull up Kamala Harris. Can we pull up?
Kamala. Kamala. Oh, Kamala. Where's Kamala? A generator. Tyshawn, what is the two numbers? So there should be two numbers with like a little what are these things called? Slash with a little slash.
Yeah.
So tell us that, then I'll tell you a little bit about your profile. Kamala is a generator, sacral authority, split definition 2-4, hermit opportunist. So Kamala has that 2-4 that I just went over, right? Like that needing that balance of being alone and being with people. The split definition means the split definition means that she needs to be in contact with someone else when making really strong decisions. So what a split definition is that you see all the centers that have colors on this graph, they're not all connected to each other. So the two on the bottom are connected to each other with that gate that's active, that line that's colored in, that's a gate. That's a channel. Those are two gates that are connected and making a channel. And so that's one definition that's connected. However, there's no channel between that sacral, which is that red circle. There's nothing that's connecting it to anything above that. So then she has three centers up top. So she has her head, her ajna, and her throat defined. And they're not connected. They're all connected to each other, but they're not connected to the centers in the bottom. So that means there's a split. There's one split because if um, there would need to be two more channels for her to be a single definition. A single definition means that all the centers that are lit up are connected. When it's split definition, it means that they're not connected. When they're not connected, it means that in order for all the centers that are defined to find that connection, you need it from the outside in. So being in contact with somebody else. So if Kamala was to call me up or we would be synced up, then all her senses would be connected. And then that means that all the senses that she has defined are in communication and it's easier for her to make a decision on certain things. It's better for her to talk it out with somebody, to get into contact with somebody, to be in a relationship. They say split definitions know how to be in relationships. There are people that need community, that are in community, whereas single definitions need to learn how to be in relationships because single definitions be feeling like they don't need nobody. So that split definition is really powerful and really understanding to It's something that you need to understand because it is knowing whether you need to be in connection with other people or whether you function better individually. When Kamala is connected to somebody else, she functions like a manifesting generator because she has that real definition. That means she has really strong manifestation capabilities and she has really strong way of speaking. However, wait, Kishan said that's crazy because she said she talks about everything with her husband. Yeah, because she needs to. Because that's what that's what makes her stronger is that connection. What I love about human design and this and knowing this part about yourself is understanding how you relate to other people. And like Foxy was explaining, right? We all have our differences and the different ways that we are meant to interact. And knowing human design is giving you a little bit more awareness about that, about those aspects of who you are. She has her G center wide, not wide open, but she has it open. So the G center is that the like center right above the red circle, which the red circle is the sacral. And so the G center is open. And so what that means, people that have open G centers, what it means is these people tend to be chameleons. So when they're in a room, their energy, who they are, and how they present will be different based on where they are, based on who they're around. So around some people, they may be like um, really dramatic and extroverted and out there, but it really just and in some spaces might be very quiet and to themselves. They're a person that might have a lot of different circles and they bring out a lot of different energies, and that's because that G center is taking in that energy from the outside in. And so, because you'll be around a lot of different personalities, then this person often feels like that mix. People that have their open G centers make great actors and actresses. They're people that really can embody different roles because people that have their G centers defined have a strong sense of self, have a strong self sense of who they are. Whereas people that have this center open amplify other people's personalities and energies. And so the things that are consistent about Kamala is that she's a generator, she's a sacral being, so she's meant to respond to her yeses and her nos. She has power and energy to work on the things that she's here for. The root definition means that she has a certain pacing and a certain timing. People that have their root, the root is the brown square on the bottom. So the brown square at the bottom, when you have that undefined, this is a pressure center. This is a timing center. So when you have that undefined, you tend to feel a lot of pressure. You tend to feel pressure and want to get rid of the pressure. And so that'll end up sometimes when you're not managing or understanding that about you, you tend to intake that from the outside in. So, me, for example, I have that center open. I have to do sometimes a lot of deep breathing and meditation because there be people, I'm in New York, so everyone always in a rush here. And refuse, I refuse to be in a rush. But being around a lot of people that are in a rush, get, I take on their pressure and I start feeling like I should be in a rush. So I have to remind myself to breathe, right? Because I know that that's not me. I know that I don't like to be speed walking. I know that I like to pace. I like to take my time and I like to breathe and take it slow. This is how I do things now. I like to take my time as much as possible with certain things. So when you have your root center open, you just have to be mindful that oftentimes if you're feeling like you're being pressured to do something, that's often not you, that's coming from the outside in. And the people that have this center defined have a better pace, have a better sense of pacing. So yeah, that's what I'm seeing for Kamala here. Um, Kayshawn said something. Oh, okay. Oh no, King Adonis is a triple split. So yeah, so there's four types of splits. So there is single definition. There's three types of split. Because there's single definition, there's no split. Then there's split, triple split, and quad split. Quad splits are very, very rare, and triple splits are also rare. So triple split means that you work better in groups realistically. However, a triple split, if you
That
have, huh?
you went to polygamy? What's going on? You got three good.
So triple splits do really well when you have to make like a decision. The best thing for you to do is go sit in a coffee shop. Go sit in a place where there's a lot of different energy. Triple split beings are city people, are metropolis people, are people that really should be in areas where there are a lot of people, so that you constantly have access to more than two people, so that your sensors can be in communication. So when you have to make a really powerful decision in your life, you want all your sensors in communication, because you want to have access to all your power centers. So go to a place where there are a lot of people. You don't have to necessarily be in communication with them. The moment that you are in a room with somebody else, you're in each other's auras. Our auras extend, okay? The only aura that doesn't extend that far out is the manifester, right? Because the manifester has a repelling aura. The manifester is pushing people's auras away. But generators, our auras are like overflowing, and everybody's sampling our auras. So the moment that you're in a space and there's two or more people, more than likely those two are, it's gonna usually take two or more people to bridge the splits. That's what it's called. People to bridge your splits. So you want to be around a lot of people when you have to make a decision. You don't necessarily have to talk to them. Split definitions do better when they're engaged with one other person, though. Like for a split definition, it's best that you call somebody. It's best that you have somebody on reserve. Like
That's me. I'm
you,
split.
you, you have to have your person that you can call and you let me run something by you real quick,
I
and
do.
just
I
talk
need
it
to
out.
bounce that energy off. I don't even need. Yeah, I just need it. Okay. Okay. Okay.
They don't even have to say nothing. They don't have to even give you any advice. You just have to be in connection. Like,
Just be there.
this is what's happening.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. Let me see this again.
King Adonis, you said yes, Roxy. When I said about that, I telling you, because that split definition is we can all polish, Shorty. I'm a projector too, so it makes sense. Yeah, King Adonis, I love you. You gotta come on the show one day. Yes, I'm gonna have Claudia look at your chart, because I looked at his chart. It's very interesting. He has the
Cool.
left angle, I think, cross of individualism. He is very individual. Like when I met him, I felt that energy. I knew he was a projector when I met him. So he was one of the people at the Let's Nobody. So shout out to Sunshine Monet. So yeah, we went through Kamala Harris, but what else did you want to add there, Claudia?
So I had told Kayshawn I was gonna come back. So Kayshawn, I
Mhm.
talked about solar plexus authority earlier. So you're an emotional authority. So you have two centers really that are really powerful: your sacral and your solar plexus. For generators, your power is in your sacral. This is your energy source. This is the battery that runs the world. This is your worker bee energy. And your gut gives you a yes or no response when asked yes or no questions. Now, generators, we work the best with yes or no questions. If somebody asks you a question, if you can rephrase it and say it as a yes or no question and then check your gut response, that's your response. Generators, the thing to be worry about is people pleasing. Your gut will say no and you'll say yes because you think you have the energy for it. And the goal is don't do that. Don't say yes when it's a no. Yes means
Mhm.
yes. You feel it in your whole body. If you don't feel it in your whole body that it's a yes, then it's a no. If you don't get a hit back, it's a no.
Mhm.
Only a yes means yes. And if you don't get a yes, don't say yes. That's like huge. Now, there's an added layer when you are an emotional authority and you're a generator, because your gut is going to tell you off the bat, it's going to say yes or no. Your goal, when it is a very, very, very important decision, and when it's life altering, when it's a marriage proposal, when it's a job proposal, when it's a move, when it's something that is really of high importance, give yourself time. That's what I talked about earlier. Give yourself time. Don't go with that initial response. Note it. Note that it was a yes. Oh shit. Don't say yes. Say, I'm gonna need a couple days to get back to you. I talked about this at length about the fact that your people are gonna respect that. If
Mm-hmm.
they're not your people, they will not respect that, and you already know.
Right.
It's a no. The people that are for you are for you. So don't go, don't go saying yes when it's a no. Manifesting generator, what that means is that you're multi-passionate, you're into a lot of different things.
Mm-hmm.
You tend to have a lot of different focuses, and that's all good. Follow your heart. You're a free spirit. Manifesting generators are the free spirits of the human design world. You're here to show people how to live. And that means following those gut responses. And you're not necessarily here to be super consistent. You're here to be yourself. So sometimes it means like I'm really into this right now and I'm gonna put it down for a little bit. So like how Foxy was saying, I do a lot of things. I'm a tarot reader, I do Reiki, I do human design, I do Akashic records, I'm a
Mm-hmm.
full mom. I done, you know what I'm saying? I got a lot of things in my belt. I do a lot of things all at once. And I learned how to tap into my season. So now I'm like, I'm in a season of tarot. This is my tarot season. So no, I'm not offering human design readings. Come to me probably in the spring. And that's when human design readings will probably be back on the plate. But right
Mm-hmm.
now, it's tarot. Winter season is going to be Akashic record season. And then will be human design. So manifesting generator, and then I saw you said you're a 4-6. So that 4 line I talked about is the opportunist line. So that means that you're a networker. You like to connect people. You you're an opportunist. I feel like there's a strength and there's a weakness in that. There's a power and there's a weakness in that, right? Like there's beauty to it and there's ugliness behind that. Behind all of these lines, there are, because that's just life. You having that 6th line, I talked at length too about the 6th line. So that also applies to you. You have lived life in these stages. There's the first, second, and third stage. So yeah, you can catch the replay. I talked at length about that too. But consciously, you are a connector. Your opportunities are here through your network. It's that you are definitely all about it's who you know. So getting in the right spaces, being with the right people are going to set you on the path that you need to be.
That is awesome.
So
So listen,
yes,
since she's
hey
not
Sean, I
doing
just saw wait. I just saw that comment. Absolutely, manifesting generators have ADHD vibes. That is facts.
I believe
That's
it because I do know some, and that's the energy. But I will say, if she's not doing personal readings, that's why it's so important. If you have your chart, bring it here every month. She is here. She is our human design expert. Her name is Claudia, you guys. Let's yes, this video is legendary. Make sure you go back and watch. She has done so many human design teachings. We've gone through gates, we've gone through channels, we've gone through profiles, we've gone through auras. We talked about everything. So go back and watch these videos. They're on YouTube. First of all, shout out to everybody joining through YouTube. We are no longer on Facebook at this moment. So it's really dope for you guys to go through, YouTube to tap in. Claudia, thank you. Yeah, and I'm definitely tapping into something new. Yes, you listen, when I found human design, it changed my life really. And then, we had guests that come on and they said the same thing. That's why I tell you guys, make sure you get your charts, make sure you just start learning. And you can look these things up online. You can get information little by like I start looking up in my individual gates and started realizing what was active. And then, like she said, there's certain days, there's certain gates and channels are open. So it's good to know these things. You know, we knowing about ourselves is always a great thing. But Claudia's here once a month, y'all. So make sure you're tapping here. She's an official Starseed, so she's gonna be here once a month doing human design. Make sure you send us your charts. You can start sending them tonight if you're interested in her looking into them. We will be seeing you guys next month. I want to also say tomorrow night I am back here with Amari X. That's right. Free Flow Fridays. I am going to be pushing out that reel either tonight or early tomorrow morning. But we are here for Free Flow Fridays tomorrow night. So make sure you're tapping in. She is a dope artist. She does so many other things, and I met her through Do the Knowledge Radio. So shout out to Knowledge Born Allah. We've been trying to get together for such a long time. So Imari, I'm excited to see you tomorrow night. All right, Claudia, is there anything else you would like to add tonight? My phone is even starting to darken. It's like, yes, ma'am, it is time to go.
Thank y'all for being here. It's always so much fun when it's interactive and when y'all are live in the building. I appreciate y'all. Definitely tune in for the next time. Send your charts in. You can send them to Foxy Pronoya Starseed Podcast on Instagram.
Yep.
Take a screenshot on your phone and just go ahead and send it.
Yep.
You can also like cut it if you don't want your personal information. And next time we'll just tap in, we'll look into it, and I'll be able to give you a little bit more guidance on your specific chart and your gates and what to be mindful of.
See?
But know that off the top, as a generator, start listening to your gut. Start honoring that gut response. It's like it'll change your life. Off the top, it'll change your life. If you just start doing that and don't let yourself get super bogged down by all the other stuff, because there's a lot of things. And just start doing that. Manifestors, keep informing. Sunshine, it was so good to see you. I'm on Instagram. I'm more personified. You can find me on Instagram. I go live weekly to do tarot readings, to do energy readings. And I'm just grateful for the space as always. I'm super proud of my Starseed role and being here doing human design. Thank you, Foxy.
Always.
For this beautiful space, for your beautiful essence and presence. We are grateful. Have a great and blessed night, everyone.
Yes, thank you, everybody who tapped in tonight. Thank you for being in tune with yourselves. You made it very exciting. Yes, we're going to do more about celebrities. Also, send me your charts. Send me any celebrity suggestions you may have. Anybody you would like to see us go over and talk about their chart, we'll try to get that on this show. And anything else, any questions you may have, send them in early so the next show we'll have them ready for you. Make sure you're tapped into Pronoya Starseed Podcast on Instagram. I always announce when we're having the shows. And also make sure you hit that notification button on YouTube so you know when we're going live. This is Foxy Roxy here on Pronoya Starseed Podcast. The universe is always working in your favor, no matter what it feels like in this crazy world. Know that things are working for you because you are the universe. Who works against itself? Nobody, baby. Yes. So shout out to, Sunshine. Thank you for spreading the word. Everybody who shares, please make sure you share this podcast. We continue to grow because there are plenty of starseeds. And you know what? We need a sacred space just for us. That is what Pronoya Starseed Podcast is. Thank you for tapping in tonight. It's been beautiful. Thank you, Claudia. Y'all have a good night.
Bye.
Peace.
Hey, Sunshine Monet with the affirmations to enjoy your day with Sunshine Monet. You are listening to Chakra Music. I came through with intentions of destruction. You said you wanted freedom, well it's me then that you wanted. I moved in gratitude as my soul was being summoned. The consciousness has returned, Christ is really coming. I make these flows for the souls that's rich in indigo. I made some goals for they glow since they was embryos. Access the records, they lectures, keep your principles. Enemies infect you, don't let them reach your pinnacles. Reversing curses that's embedded in religions. They wound up in your soul, that's why you feel in tension. I'm remixing declensions before Sumerians existed. It's something in the water, don't get caught, you'll get acidic. I bury enemies, pay pinnacles to the witness. You say my name in threes, I appear in your vision. Write Iliads in me, I'm the witcher in your system. Silly as can be, there's no opposite in infinite. I'm the goddess of crossroads, touching all directions. With the skull and crossbones that cause to the vexes. I applaud the protectors, I'm the god of inflection. They see the demon in me and still pause the respecters. I need no translation, vibrating from universe. My throat mansplaining while my yoni do the work. Mask off, crowns on, bombshell on all the arts. Mask Mask off, crowns on, bombshell on all the arcs. Mask off, crowns on, bombshell on all the arcs. Mask off, crowns on, bombshell on all the arcs.
Enoch 7 prophet, move like the full winds do. My energy is useful, my thoughts are old school, so I move with a vibe slim. Say I'm sexy, haircut like Anita Baker, real lovely. Caught up in the rapture, it's kinda risque. Kisses and faces on public is real frisky. Touche.
You are listening to Chakra Music.
Mask off.